my dear friends. Today we're going to dive into the fascinating world of international relationships. Have you ever heard that every culture has its own unique features, which can be not only an advantage but also an obstacle? For example, certain legal or, say, language barriers can arise along the way. Imagine this. You meet someone from another country, but suddenly you realize that your views on life, family, or even relationships can be completely different. Why does this happen? That's what we're going to talk about. Stay with me. You have the chance to find out how these differences can become both a challenge and an opportunity. What kind of chaos can arise when two worlds collide? I think you can already imagine many of these situations. Misunderstandings, cultural stereotypes, and even language barriers can certainly cause fear and insecurity. My name is Anna Kholod and I am a matchmaker. I run an active blog on Instagram about international relationships, and as part of my blog, I have a club where I introduce foreigners to women from the former CIS countries. Having faced these situations myself, I know how to overcome them. If you want to learn not only how to deal with difficulties, but also how to turn them into your advantages, stay with me. At the end, I will share some useful tips. Let's be honest, which situations make you most wary in international relationships? Some people may be afraid of being misunderstood or, for example, worry about stereotypes related to their culture. If you have ever experienced similar feelings, share them in the comments. Let's work through these situations together, and together we'll think about how to handle them. Cultural differences may seem like a barrier, but in reality, they can open doors. For example, it turns out that the customs of one culture can be completely opposite to the traditions of another. Understanding these differences not only helps improve relationships, but also allows us to learn from each other, of course. And I'll tell you about the kinds of questions you might encounter. For instance, cultural differences include different traditions, customs, and perspectives on life. The second point is the language barrier. Sometimes it's hard to understand each other, even if you both speak the same language. For example, English. Legal obstacles, visa issues, or differences in legislation can become a real headache. I've been through all of this myself. Adapting and getting used to a new environment, of course, can be difficult and quite challenging. Different expectations. People often have different ideas about what an ideal relationship is. If these topics resonate with you, subscribe to my channel so we can tackle such situations together. As someone who moved to another country and is building a relationship with a foreigner myself, I understand very well how everything works. Personally, I had to go through a lot of cultural misunderstandings. Let me tell you about a situation. Once I completely misunderstood a joke my friend made. He called me a horse. And you know, in Turkey, that's actually a compliment, meaning that you're beautiful like a doe. This almost led to a conflict between us. However, with each moment, I learned, and my mistakes turned into valuable lessons. How do you deal with your mistakes? Write in the comments. Let's share our experiences and support each other. I've prepared some recommendations for you that will help you deal with these difficulties. Put them into practice and you'll see results. First, learn about your partner's culture. Understanding traditions will help you avoid misunderstandings, just like it did for me. Second, improve your language skills. This will open up more opportunities for communication. It took me half a year to learn Turkish. Third, consult a lawyer about all legal matters, of course. Fourth, be open to new things. Adaptation takes time. It took me 3 years. Fifth, discuss expectations with your partner to avoid disappointment. Subscribe to some blogs about this country. Learn more. Today, of course, there is already a lot of information on different platforms. Everything is available on the internet. You can find anything you need. Don't miss my videos. I give a lot of practical advice. Let's do a little challenge. Write down one question that interests you most about your partner's culture, or for example, about the country. In my comments, people get to know each other and share different situations. It can be something personal or something general. By discussing, you will not only strengthen your connection, but also be able to understand each other better or even meet in the comments. This happens right in my practice. I hope this video was useful for you. Don't forget that successful relationships are possible if you yourself are ready for change and, of course, patience. Subscribe to my channel so you don't miss new videos. You can also join our club and get to know each other in our Telegram channels, or come to me for individual guidance in finding your loved one with VIP support. The link is in the description. I will answer all your questions and messages. Goodbye, everyone. See you next time.